Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Satisfactory. We're back here at the coal generator area, and I did a little bit of stuff off camera. Now, if you guys know me, you know that I tried to not do that as much as possible, but sometimes it just requires it, in this game especially. So, what I did, and what you notice, is in the last episode, we've got the coal. Basically, we've got coal coming from all the way over there, up that hill. You can kind of see it rendering in, and you can kind of see that MK miner, or whatever that thing's called, all the way up the hill. So that, not only do we have access to another portion of the map pretty quickly and pretty easily, but we've got the coal power supply. Now, we've got the coal being into a splitter, and I've figured that one splitter here is actually sufficient. What we could probably do is have two different splitters, to be honest. I don't know how efficient that would actually end up being, but what I could do is maybe have a splitter over here. This is the kind of stuff that I'm talking about. Like, in order to be more efficient, maybe I could do a little bit of testing off camera. So, like, have a splitter up here. One goes over here. Then it gets split into three. Then it goes off to the other side. I want to make sure that I'm utilizing every aspect of this coal without having to go and set up an entire new coal miner all the way in the other location that's back this way. Because the other third coal is back behind the base, way over there, down in a giant hole. So I don't really want to do that if I don't have to. You'll notice, though, that I did actually add a fourth coal generator. The reason I'm doing that is because I'm trying to play around with the efficiency, and I'm trying to make sure that the iron production facility is actually doing everything that I wanted to, without having to go and build an entire new facility, if that makes any sense whatsoever. Now, if I can't figure out a way to do that, then I might just have to make it work. But right now, it looks like we're consuming between 80 and about 150, I think is what it peaks at. Yeah, that was 148 there. So, basically, if you don't remember, the coal generators themselves do 50 megawatts of power each, which means that I have 4 of them, obviously. So, I know for any sort of expansion after that, I think most of the machines take like 20 apiece. And like I said, down here at the iron production facility, I added some. We'll get to that in just a minute. I've been playing around with that. I don't know if it's 100% efficient or if it's the way that I should set it up or anything like that, but we'll see. But basically, I was trying to play around with this. The coal is backed up all the way. It's log jammed all the way back to the miner. Now, I probably didn't need to do the MK2 here, but I wanted to make sure that it's future-proof, you know? It's faster, so if I am needing more of a demand of it, it should be fine, but it's definitely log jammed all the way back there. These storage containers are completely full, and I've determined that I can split these off and supply 2 of these generators per one of these lines. So there's several different combinations that I think would end up doing the same thing. I just don't want to kill it where basically I don't have any coal coming in and I'm running off of this stuff. Right now I have a huge surplus, and I like to kind of keep it that way just so I don't have to worry about it too much. But if I have to, I can do 2 more splitters, which means I could do, what is that, 2 more coal generators, which would be 6, which would add another 100 megawatts to the power. So if I had, well, yeah, if I doubled this, I think it's totally doable, basically, is what I'm trying to say. So that's what we'll figure out based off of the need, but we do have a platform. I did extend it out quite a ways, and it would fit at least 4 more of these things. Now, who knows how advanced we're going to get, if there's going to be any other sources of power, or if these things can actually be upgraded or anything like that. I don't know. But what I do know is that we got to make a whole bunch of I'm pretty sure it's the modular frames, and then some motors. I'm pretty sure. Let's take a look over here at the space elevator. Can I actually? Yes, I can. All right, so we need 500 modular frames. I am nowhere close to that. And honestly, it might actually be faster for me to handcraft these than to automate them, which is kind of a problem. And then the motors, I have no idea what these actually take. Let's go take a look at that and see what that actually requires. That way we can try and get a little bit of the system figured out with the iron production and all of that. All right, let's see what it takes to make a motor. Wait, I don't see it on the list. Does that mean I haven't learned it yet? Oh my gosh, are you kidding me? Well, you know, I was thinking maybe we could go to an assembler or something and see what that would be. Wait, what's the milestone? This is steel production. Okay. Ah, gotcha. That makes a lot more sense. So in order to even start with the space elevator and continue that, I don't know if that's technically like a storyline or whatever the heck that is, the requirements for that, I need to learn steel production first, which is going to give me a foundry, smelts 2 resources into alloy ingots. So what does that mean? Is that 2 inputs or what? Can be automated by feeding ore into it with a conveyor belt connected to the inputs. The produced ingots can be automatically extracted by connecting the conveyor belt to the output. Okay. But that says 2 different resources. So maybe that's a more efficient. Oh, that'd be cool. And then we've got the miner MK2s. Extract solid resources from the resource node that is built on. The normal extraction rate is 120 resources per minute. The extraction rate is modified depending on resource node purity. So, I have a strong suspicion that not only are these going to cost a lot more to make, but they're probably going to use more electricity as well. Now, that's just a guess, I don't know, but it's something that we should take a look at. Another thing that I was trying to figure out last time, and I'm such an idiot. You see this little slider bar down here? I just thought this, I glanced over it every single time because I was trying to figure out why, when we first learned that hard drive, and it gave us the recipe, or different choices for alternative recipes that we could choose from, why I could never find it, why I could never make screws straight from alloy ingots instead of having to make rods first. So, I found it. I had to just scroll over. I'm such an idiot. But this is what it is, and now I can do it. So that's something that it's going to be very useful in the iron production facility. That means we're going to be able to take some of these things and just get rid of them, because we can make the screws with this recipe instead of having to go from iron ore to iron ingots to iron rods to screws. We can go from iron ore to iron ingots to screws immediately. It's going to be very, very helpful. I went ahead and learned that it only costs 50 iron ingots to do. There's one more tier 1 thing that I can learn, but for now, let's go ahead and select this milestone. I need 10 modular frames, which I have 15. I need 50 rotors, right? Pretty sure that's what it is. Yeah, rotor. I need 1,000 wire and I need 200 cable. Well, all of those things I already have, so let's go ahead and start working on that. I really want to make sure that I get this iron figured out first before I go and do anything else with this new material, steel, that we're about to learn. And I feel like that's going to be the best thing for us to do. Okay, let's grab 3 stacks of that. We need some rotors. I'm pretty sure we've got a pretty good stack of it over here. Come on, rotors, please be enough. We need, how much? We need 13 more? 12 more? Yeah, it's 12 more. Math is hard. Not really. Oh, yeah, we've got plenty of those. Okay, so we got that. Now we just need the wire. Oh, dang it, I was right by it. Okay, got all the stuff required. There we go with that. There we go with that. And we just need the cabling. Oh, launch, baby.
Milestone reached. Steel production unlocked. Foundry and improved miner included to ensure efficiency of new pipelines. A collection of new, more complex parts is now available for crafting.
Thank you, Ada. Something else I went ahead and learned off camera was these power shards. Now, that's exactly the same problem that I was having with the alternative screw recipe. It was right over here. I couldn't find it, couldn't figure it out what it was. I put them into the MAM, I learned them, but I didn't actually ever do it. So I finally did. And it looks like the green power slugs give you 1 power shard per, and then the yellow power slugs, I guess is what you call them, the yellow ones, they give you 2 power shards per. I think they're the exact same efficiency. It's just one recipe's more efficient, but I also see a heck of a lot less yellow power slugs than I do the green ones. So, I mean, it is what it is. It's fine. Something I did over here, this whole point is to try and make this very efficient. I've gone over that several times. I mentioned it several times already in the episode. So what I went ahead and did was just on these 2 MK miners over here, I changed all of the conveyor belts on just these 2 to the MK2, the upgraded ones. I guess the second tier. Well, there's I only know of 3 tiers right now, so maybe there might be more advanced than that, but it's tier 2 basically. And then I decided to play around with these splitters because it was getting log jammed super bad, because the original ones that it was connected to were these 2 right here. And this was the other side that did the reinforced steel plating, and then the modular steel frame, or the modular frames. All of that was right in line with this back in the iron production facility, and it was getting log jammed really bad. So I decided to split them. Now, it's not too big of a deal on some of these things, but some of them, it's a little bit of a problem. So let's just see what we got going on. And I don't think I actually changed this to just make screws. I don't think so. So basically we got 2 inputs. This one does iron plating. This one Actually, both of these do ingots. I'm sorry, misspoke there. This one does iron plating. This one does rods, which I don't actually think that I need. I think I can skip this step. That's right, because I can just make this one recipes screws. Alternate screw. Let's do that one. So then we can kind of remove this one completely if I wanted to. Because this over here is doing reinforced iron plating as well. Okay. Alright, that should be a little bit easier, and I'm not actually splitting these screws off. So, let's go here. Let's go ahead and remove this thing. First off. Can I grab this? Grab all? We can delete those screws. We don't actually need these iron rods, but this iron plating we definitely could use. What can I get rid of? We'll get rid of this concrete. There we go. Okay, cool. So now, I should just be able to connect these two lines. That's going to drop on the ground. Let's grab the MK2. We'll do that. So now, the iron plating is going to be even more efficient because we're not even waiting on the screws to be made. But at the same time, I'm still going to run into the same problem that I was running into before with the logjam. This is super efficient. Making screws is way more efficient than it is with the iron plating. Now, I want to go ahead and overclock these. So I put one of these in here. The overclock speed's at 150%. Let's see what the difference is in the production time. That's 45 a minute. That right here, wait, let's just go to 100. Is still 45 a minute. No, it's 30 minutes. So I get 15 more a minute by one power shard completely all the way up. So if I put 2 in there and do it to 200%, in theory, yeah, 60 a minute. I mean, that's already... The efficiency, though, is it goes up and then it goes really, really low. Well, yeah. I mean, it's pretty inefficient. Honestly, it's really inefficient. But at the same time, I mean, it is something. Now, we are limited to the amount of iron ore that's actually being brought into this right now. As you can see, it's being split off. And it's because I haven't figured out a good way to actually do that yet. So, yikes. Yeah, I really need to do this. I really need to make this more efficient. And I'm not even 100% sure how to do so. Maybe it's the smelters that's the problem. But in about 4 minutes, hopefully we'll be able to have more efficient smelters, which should alleviate some of that process. I want to have a constant flow. I know it'll back up, but at the same time, I need to make sure that I actually have plenty of resources. This one is just chugging along. You see how fast it's pumping them out. These are not so much. Not so much at all. So, I guess maybe we can put... I mean, we've already got the clock speed here for that one. What if we put it up again? Now, when I do this, it definitely makes it less efficient, but it does make it a little bit faster. So that's 37.5 at 250% clock speed. It does require more electricity, but we do have the coal room. That's another reason I did that. So let's see what the difference is at 200 as opposed to 250. That's 30, so it goes up by 7. I mean, that's really not that much better, but anything at this point will help. All that being said, that's why I'm testing all of that, and I wanted to make this in here a lot more efficient, or try to. So we still have the screws coming from all the way over there, being split off and coming all the way back into here. I don't really like that. I probably should have thought about this in the future. This screw production right here that goes straight as an output is completely full. I need to actually add more storage for that so we have more screws. But I don't know. I don't want to nursemaid anything. This should be an automated, efficient system. I shouldn't have to come over here, because what I was thinking is, and I could actually do it, I could take these and route them back over here somehow. Probably come this way, loop around, come back in. I mean, because these screws are being built so efficiently. But I don't want to nursemaid it. I want it to be automated. I want it to be good. So I haven't quite figured out how exactly I'm going to do that. I might have to rework a lot of this stuff. But since now I actually have, now that I have the alternate recipe for the screws, I can make some changes in here and actually declutter this quite a bit. But these are not working very efficiently. Modular frames, we're getting 4 a minute. That is terrible. It's at 16% efficiency. What are we actually waiting on here? At this one, we're waiting on the screws. So that's kind of a problem. Now, what if I actually turned this one into a screw machine and then just split the screws off one at a time. Because these are going over here to... I actually need these iron rods, don't I? Yes, I need the iron rods for the modular frames. Okay. Alright, well maybe I can't actually do that. I was going to say, what if I could just alleviate it and make it screws here and split it off? But I need these. So, those go around. What if I do this one and this one's already screws? Oh gosh, I'd be wasting resources basically. See, this is what the problem that I'm running into. These are completely log jammed because they're completely full. I just need more storage for that. Maybe that's something that I don't actually need to have extra storage for. Maybe I should just have multiple of these things making iron reinforcements. Or the reinforced iron plating. Maybe I should do that. So I've got the one on the outside. I've got another one over here. And then I've got another one over here. Maybe we could just duplicate the same setup. Make these iron reinforced plating. What does it take to make the iron reinforced plating again? Where is it? Oh, it's got to be assembler. So the reinforced iron plating is 4 and then screws. So technically, I could do that. I could set another one up right here and then have it go as an output. I just didn't want to not have regular iron plates and regular iron rods because I need those. I mean, I've got a pretty good stack of it, but this goes back to the whole nursemaiding thing. Like, if I got rid of this and I still kept all the storage of it, I would have to go back and reroute things all the time. I don't want to do that. I'd rather have machines, and even if it's a bigger complex, it still would be better than nothing. How many modular frames do we have? We have 140, counting that one. I'm a long ways to go between now and actually being able to upgrade that. Let's take a look and see what it actually costs to make these motors. Well, crap. I didn't mean to do that. What am I doing? Modular frames. There we go. Whoops. Recipes, motors, and that takes 2 rotors and then 2 of these stators. The heck is that thing? That takes 3 of... What is that? I think that's steel pipe, if I remember what that looked like. Yeah. Steel pipe. I don't even know how to make steel. Oh my gosh. Jeez. So I'm probably going to have to make my own steel facility as well. Let's see if I can find out what the recipe is for steel piping. Alright, well that kind of threw me for a loop. I now understand why the new smelters require 2 different, or have 2 different inputs basically. We need iron ore, and we need basic coal. Not the fuel, we need the actual coal resource itself. And right now I've only tapped into one of those. Yikes. Well, I do know of a great place that we could actually get some of that and set all of that up. Right on the other side of this mountain, if you guys remember, there's like 3 different iron nodes, which is perfect for that. It's in a nice, huge, flat area. We could do a huge steel production facility, because we're going to need a lot of different things in order to make some of that. And I know I said I was going to take a look and see what the steel pipes are, so let's look at that really quickly. Hopefully it's going to be something very similar to iron rods, where all you need are steel ingots. But I don't know. We're getting into a more advanced tree here, so it feels like everything just kind of builds on itself. There's the steel ingots. Steel beams are 3 steel ingots, and steel piping is 1 steel ingot. Oh, yeah. So steel beams are the equivalent to iron plates, and steel pipe is the equivalent to iron rods. That makes sense. What is that? It's 3 to 1, and that's a 1 to 1. Good to know. And then the encased industrial beams are steel beams, and 5 concrete. This is the first time that I've ever actually needed to start thinking about concrete. That makes a lot more sense, but we're still at a point where we don't really know what it's going to take to get. I mean, we still have 3 more tiers after we finish this one. So, oh lord. This should be a lot of fun. I can't actually learn this one yet because I do not have motors or access to any motors to improve melee combat. I can learn though. So that's going to be good, but I honestly have that one spot that takes me all the way over. It'll be good, because I'll probably have to go to other parts of the map to have a better weapon. But we already have the rebar gun. I haven't actually tested that out on anything, but still, I don't know. I need to take a look at this, try and figure out if there's a better solution to this. Let me go ahead and do that. Might take me a little bit, but I'll be right back. okay, I think I might have figured out a temporary quick fix for right now. It's not 100%. I mean, it might be. It might be the only solution I can come up with. But for right now, it's working at least a little bit better than what we had before. And it's all thanks to the alternate screw recipe. So right here on this other side, I originally had another constructor set up. So not only am I saving power for myself, but I'm also creating a little bit more space to be able to do things and not make this so hectic. So we still need these iron rods over here in order to make the rotors. It takes rotors and screws in order to do so. So basically, I was able to alleviate that entirely. So I've got all this huge space. I make sure to make this MK2. And I did go ahead and, I went ahead and overdrive the heck out of this thing with the clock speed. 200% does 180 screws per second. Now, I do have room to add one more of these in here. If I actually can go find some more green slugs, I can do so. And I think that makes it to 220 screws a minute, which is insane. Yeah, it's drawing a lot of power, but at the same time, I mean, it's still not that bad. I got rid of a machine. I'm overclocking something. It's not horrible. It could be a lot worse. And since all of these are connected to one power supply, that's why I'm able to look at that and see exactly what we're utilizing. So it's being split off. It's going fairly quickly. I believe all of these are MK2. Yeah, they are. Yeah, I did that in the last episode off camera. Actually, after last episode. So we've got this part situated. Now on the other side, we did overclock and change a little bit of the reinforced iron plating thing. Also, I need to go ahead and make sure that these are connected because that's kind of a problem if they aren't. Wait, what? Invalid shape? Oh, dadgummit. I forgot to do that. Whoops. So it's not doing a very good job being efficient right now if it's not actually connected to it. Okay, so this one's doing the modular frames. That's correct. Look at all of that. Wow, that's crazy. So I've overclocked this by 2, and it's gone to 10 per minute, as opposed to without any overclocking at all, I think it's like 5. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I think it's about 50% more efficient or with your production every overclock, I think. If that's correct. I think because if you do this one, I believe it's 5. Let's just stick it at close to 100. As close as we can. We're still waiting on some screws, but they are coming quicker than we had before. Yeah, it's only 5. So I double it by adding 2 overclocks, so 50%. Yeah, that totally makes sense. If my math's correct. But either way, it is coming back quicker this way. I still need these iron rods over here in order to actually go ahead and make the modular frames as well. So that's a little bit of a problem. It makes it not such a straight shot. Doesn't make it as streamlined as I would like it. But for right now, I've decided that I want to go ahead and keep these 2 basic materials here just in case. So I'll at least have an overwhelming supply of them, yes. But if I have to go handcraft something in order to make things, and I don't want to wait for 500 modular frames, for example, I can go ahead and start to handcraft some of that. Kind of walk away AFK, I don't know, hold down the space bar or something with my mouse. I don't know, something like that we can end up doing. So there are ways to get around it a little bit. But either way, I mean, I still got to figure out whatever the issue is with all this to try and get as much of this as possible. Now, we do have the new miners available to us. And the new foundry. Do we? Oh, we actually do have the miner. Okay, so maybe oh gosh. Okay, that's gonna take steel stuff. I don't have any steel. I knew this was too good to be true. All right, so we're gonna have to set up the steel plant before we can even begin to test some of that stuff out. I wonder, however, if I actually already have some of these picked up from my adventures running around the map. I've got 6 of the encased industrial beams, and I've got some coal, but I don't need coal right now. And I need the piping, though, the steel pipes, which means I need steel ingots. Dang it, I mean, we got a little bit of the way there, but still. We got to figure something out. We have to, because there's no real way for us to check any of this out without actually having any steel first. Yeah, we need steel ingots. Oh, no. I'm wrong. I'm 100% wrong. We can go ahead and craft these. What am I talking about? I just need to grab some iron ore, which we have in abundance. And I've already got coal. And I can just grab that if I didn't have it. This is fantastic. Let's take from the one that's super full. You know what? If this is completely logjam, we'll just go to the miner. and just do this the whole time. There we go. There. 100. Beautiful. I knew it was a good idea to grab some of this coal and hold on to it over here. I knew it. I'm proud of myself. Although it's not a 1-to-1 ratio, though. So I had 100 stack of each, iron and coal, and it's making 66 of them. Wait. It's doing 2 at a time? Yeah, it's doing 2 at a time. So, oh wow. That's actually pretty good. So we need the encased industrial beams for one of them, which we already have 6 of. I don't know. I need concrete for the other. Right? I need concrete and then the steel beams. Ah. So piping and the other. Let's see what it's actually going to take to make these miners. So it's 4 of those and 10 of those. So 10 steel pipes is 10 of the steel ingots. And then the encased ones is, I don't remember what it was after that. What's the foundry? Smelts 2 resources into alloy ingots. Okay. So I'm assuming that what we're seeing right here on the picture is 1 output and then there's going to be 2 inputs going into it. It's got to be what it is. I wonder if it's faster. I wonder if I can actually utilize this for only 1 iron production. That would speed things up. Like if I had 2 inputs going into it at the same time, but it's only 1 product. I mean, it should, theoretically, right? I don't know. Let's figure this out. Let's do... We need 10 of these, right? Yes. Select. Ah, I don't have the inventory space. There we go. Okay, we got 10 of those. And then these we need 4 of. Right? Hold on. Let's take a look at the recipe again for the miner. 10, and then we've already got 4. Okay, so let's just stick these in here. We'll stick these in here. We'll grab this one. Let's go set up one of these miners down below and just see what it looks like. Actually, let's go ahead and just upgrade one of these then, if that's the case. I mean, theoretically, it should still work the same way. Can I just place it over the top? No, I can't. Bye-bye, miner level 1. Oh, I can't place it there because of this right here. So grab all. Okay. We'll get rid of that. We'll get rid of that. I've got an overabundance of concrete, so if I have to get rid of anything else, I definitely can do so. Wait. There. Okay. Now let's try it. Ah, beautiful. Let's take a look. See how different it actually looks. Oh, it definitely looks bigger and more industrial. That's to say the least. It does. I don't know what the power supply actually requires. So this one to here. And it's doing 12 megawatts. This one should be what? 5? Oh yeah. Wow, that's a lot more power. Yikes. We're definitely going to have to change around the coal configuration for sure. So let's do this one to that. How many resources does it actually provide? It does 60 a minute. This one over here does 30 minutes, so it's twice as productive. Ooh, that might solve our problem right there, just by upgrading some of these. Wow. Oh, this is good. This is really good. So basically, the only miners that I really need to upgrade right now are the ones that aren't log jammed. Or the ones that are, the ones that are not log jammed, which in reality is this one right here. Now, if I play around with it and I decide to go ahead and make this iron production facility even bigger than what I've already got, that could be something that's useful. Is there anything else that we've got going on over here that needs to be better? I mean, we're just kind of waiting to see once this gets all the way over here. Here it comes. Oh, that's good. That's really good. Wow, it's moving so fast, it can't even render in. Like, it renders in, like, right there. Come on, baby. Come to Papa. Here we go. Okay. I need to make sure that all of these are the MK2s. They should be. All those conveyor belts are? Yep. This right here is overclocked 200%, 60 per minute. That's pooping them out super fast. This is overclocked out of its mind. Alright, yeah. I mean, this is already better than what we had before. So how quickly is this actually working? I should probably have it even closer. I know that that definitely plays with the efficiency because it does require materials quicker than usual. So I could probably end up just placing it right here. Since we were able to get rid of one of these constructors, I have more room. Let's do that because that will actually speed things up for us. I need to grab what I can out of that, get rid of this. Aesthetics are nice and all, but sometimes it's not necessary. So we got that going to there, we got that going into there. Now we've got this going into reinforced iron plating, reinforced iron plating, which then means that we need to convert these into ramps and take us up into that. So, foundations, ramps, 7 meter. There we go. MK2. So right there. Yeah, that should be better. Make sure this is hooked up. It is. Oh, we need power. Ah, could be a problem. This to one of these. Yes, this one right here. All right, now how? Ooh, look at that. I know it built up a little bit, but still, that's good. And this is coming in quicker than it was before, about twice as fast, which is good. It's still being split over there, but that's not actually as log jammed as what it was before, which is really good because it's, I think, what are these producing? Iron plates? Yeah, these are producing iron plates. What are we waiting on here? Screws. We're making about 10 per minute. Yeah, I mean about every other second, every second and a half, every 2 seconds is when a screw gets in there. 24 seconds, so about 48 seconds to make one of them. That really needs to be modified. But you know what, guys? There's been a lot of modifications. There's been a lot of experimentation that's taken place in this. And it's kind of been a little frustrating, but at the same time, it could be a lot worse. We are getting some of this done a little bit quicker, a little bit better. We're going to have to work on the coal power supply in the next episode. We're also going to continue to work on this off camera, but for right now, I like to show you guys what my thought process is once I start to figure something out. It's not going to be 100% perfect, but that's part of the game, you know? Every game's that way. You just kind of got to deal with it, go with the flow, figure it out as you go. So anyways, guys, I will see you in the next one. If you like what you see and you want to see more of it, be sure to leave a like on the video, hit that bell for notifications, and I will see you next time.